I gotta give credit where credit is due. Toronto, you did it. Okay, no, not it. You still have one more win to go. But yesterday's game of the Leafs versus the Lightning, Game 5 in Toronto, was probably the biggest win the Leafs have had in the past, decade and a half? Is it? The Maple Leafs, with all the context involved, had themselves everything pitted against them heading into Game 5. Okay, no, actually, I think there were a few things going for them. Oh, the fact that it's alternating wins, right? Toronto win, Tampa win, Toronto win, Tampa win. So this game, Game 5, had to be a Toronto win, right? But that's not really how we felt as hockey fans watching the game at the end of the first period. Because yesterday's game was probably the biggest roller coaster of emotions we have seen in a long time. Especially with the context involved. Especially with the fact that the Leafs find themselves ways to blow it all the time, even though they're a good team, even though they've got good players, even though they're supposed to be a lot better than a team that hasn't made the second round in a decade and a half. This team has had absolutely crazy meltdowns. Columbus, you talk about Montreal last year, that everybody and their mother is used to seeing the Maple Leafs blow it. And this season was no different, even though we saw the Maple Leafs heading into the playoffs playing like a lot more of just a regular old hockey team that happened to be good, rather than a team that was quite nervous to head into the postseason. And then they went up against the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the two-time Stanley Cup repeat champions in the Tampa Bay Lightning. And a lot of people, including myself, said, yeah, okay, Tampa's gonna win. I said Tampa in 6. So the fact that the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 3-2 series lead right now kind of throws my prediction out the window. But Tampa, they were my Stanley Cup finalists for this year. The fact that they're down 3-2 is quite shocking to me. But the way things have gone down from yesterday's game, man, does it ever put a smile on my face to see the Maple Leafs actually do something right for once. Not because I'm a closet Leafs fan. The Leafs are one of my favorite teams, I guess. They're in my top 5. But just from an entertainment point of view, the Leafs Lightning series has been the most entertaining out of them all. I'm sorry. I like seeing a lot of goals scored by Colorado. I like seeing the blowouts here and there. Edmonton, LA. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as the show goes on. But for Toronto, Tampa, all the stories involved make this one the most entertaining series by far. Plus the fact that I think everybody in the hockey world is kind of cheering for both of these teams to sort of get eliminated in some respect. You're cheering for the Leafs because you don't want the Tampa Bay Lightning to go out there and make a three-peat. You're cheering for the Lightning because it would be funny to see the Leafs blow a 3-2 series lead and lose in the first round again. But from an entertainment point of view, man, was that Game 5 probably the best game of the entire playoffs so far. The fact that the Maple Leafs had 2 bad goals going in on Jack Campbell to kick it off in the first 10 minutes of the game. Stamkos 5 minutes in, Hedman a minute later. And these weren't super crazy goals either. Stamkos just kind of took it on the side, he shot it and it went in. Hedman on the point, power play, he just kind of ripped it, it went in. Jack Campbell let in 2 goals here that you could debate if it's the best goalie in the NHL, that's probably not going in. I'm sorry. Now, the Leafs didn't do Campbell any favors. They only scored 0 goals. They had 4 shots. The shots in the first period, 14-4 Tampa. And at this point, a lot of people, myself included, were saying, okay, gosh darn it, Toronto's done. It's 2-2. It's going to be 3-2 Tampa. And they're not going to have themselves the willpower, the desire to come back and win Game 6. They're going to lose in 6, and that's my prediction, right? So my bracket's going to be correct. But man, Jason Spezza in the locker room, apparently he's the guy that went out there and had that speech that just changed the entire narrative for the rest of the game to be. Pretty much telling the Toronto Maple Leafs that, yeah, no, we're better than this. Are you kidding me? 14-4 shots on goal Tampa Bay, 2-0 the score after the first period. We're better than this as the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's always been the hamartia of this team, is that we always knew that they are better than what they have shown off. They're better than a team that lost 2 straight in overtime in games 5 and 6 to the Montreal Canadiens last year, and then lost 3-1 in Game 7. It was 3-0 for the majority of that game until Nylander at the end was like, okay, let's get a goal and bring ourselves within 2. Toronto has had these meltdowns because they've lost their identity, and it's always been a pattern that they're never able to power through and win like they did in Game 5 yesterday. Because in Game 5 yesterday, hey, that second period was an absolute Toronto fest. Sure, there's only one goal scored. It's John Tavares from Nylander and Giordano. Nylander throws the puck on the goal, and it kind of bounces around here before going in. But you could just see the momentum shifting in this second period. I was kind of watching it myself saying, that's cool. Look at that. The Leafs have not given up. They're still in it. They're still fighting. And eventually the third period comes, and the Maple Leafs actually pull it off, and they pull it off early. John Tavares cycling it down low, going back and forth. The goaltender Vasilevsky ends up tripping his own guy, so it gives Tavares a little bit of an outlet. He throws it right in front of Morgan Rielly, who one-times it in, and the game is tied just like that. Scotiabank Arena going crazy. You can see the fans. They're all just kind of praising to the hockey gods. Thank you. Thank you for giving us hope. Thank you for finally allowing us to witness what it is that we knew this team was capable of, but they had never been able to actually get done. A game against the reigning Cup champions where they power through against the odds and they make things work. The Columbus game where they came back 3-1 down, that doesn't count. No fans in the stands either, so it wasn't as hype as this game over here. And then just a few minutes later, you have yourselves William Nylander, who comes right in. He rips a shot on goal. It goes right by Vasilevsky. He's had holes this entire playoff series, I'm sorry to say. But the Toronto Maple Leafs get the lead 4 minutes into the third period, and you could just feel it, man. The building, they know what's going on here. They see what exactly the Maple Leafs have done. They are doing it. They're finally showing off the culture in this game over here. And then Ryan McDonagh ties things up 4 minutes later, and you can feel the life sucked out of the building. No, the Lightning don't have the lead. It's just McDonagh who tied it. But a one-time blast. He just picks up a loose puck and rips it on goal. Campbell can't get set. The check on McDonagh is not there. He's just got a completely unguarded lane to the net, and he makes the most out of it. And Toronto fans, hockey fans, me, I'm looking at this going, oh boy, Toronto, they're doing it again. They're doing it again. They're choking. They're doing the thing. And I know you were kind of worried about that too. If the Tampa Bay Lightning scored again at the end of the third period to make things 4-3 Tampa, a lot of people in the hockey world would have been like, okay, yeah, typical Leafs. The Leafs gave us hope, only to take it away. They giveth, they taketh. Why must you do this, Toronto? But instead, the script was flipped, as it's Michael Bunting who throws a puck over to Mitch Marner. He comes in, he low shot rebounds it, and Matthews is there to put it into the open cage. It's a 4-3 Toronto lead with 6 minutes to go, and you could feel it. You could hear Scotiabank Arena just get completely unhinged. My goodness, they did it. They got the lead back. Now, for 6 minutes, the Maple Leafs control their destiny here. They just have to make sure they don't blow it. And to be fair, the Lightning are the Lightning. They have themselves all the mojo, all the star power, all the necessary tools to come back and win if they so wanted to, but they couldn't. The Maple Leafs hold on to a 4-3 lead. I think it was Victor Hedman at the end of the game who took a really long shot on Jack Campbell from the Tampa Bay zone. That honestly sort of gave me Vesitoskala vibes. I kind of felt, okay, this is probably going to go in, right? No, okay, good. What a save by Jack Campbell. That was probably the most heart-stopping save he had made the entire game. No disrespect to the other pieces of work that he had done, but man, the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 3-2 series lead against the two-time reigning Stanley Cup champions. They have to win one in their next two. That's it. What are the odds the Maple Leafs lose 2 in a row? They're playing a lot better than they did last year, I'll say that right here, and that team last year lost 3 straight to the Montreal Canadiens. I would be so shocked if the Tampa Bay Lightning playing the way they are, not the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Toronto Maple Leafs playing the way they are now, playing with the inspiration from Jason Spezza in between the periods, if the Maple Leafs go out there and they blow this one, I'm going to be shocked. I had Tampa making the finals in my bracket, yeah, but I didn't think Toronto would be this good. So, Talk to me in the comments all your thoughts about this game and this video. I hope you enjoyed everything we talked about over here. Let me know your thoughts about the Leafs and the Game 5 in Tampa, how things went for Toronto, how they bounced back. I hope you enjoyed this footage for 99, and bye.